Okay guys, now we go forward with the formwork for the bottom plate to fill in the concrete after the excavation is finished now. The building behind me is planned for the pump and the electric has to wait. Good morning guys, the excavator is now removed and I start to leveling the line of the framework for the bottom plate with an optical leveling instrument. Because I've tried also a cheap laser leveling system for around 90 bucks, but the beam is so weak and is not bright enough, so you can see it not even in the night. Also wearing red laser glasses that should help you to see the beam better. It works not properly, so I decided to use the optical leveling system, even if it's an older one, but it fits perfect for my needs. Why do I this? I want to make sure that I had later on no problems with the crooked foundation when we put the fiberglass basin on top of it, and when it's not straight, the water line is not in the same height, and you can see this. Some hours and a big mistake later. I have not excavated enough soil to guarantee the minimum of 4 inches thickness of the concrete bottom plate, so I had to shovel 30 cubic feet of soil by hand out of the pit. But the alignment of the formwork was successfully. I have checked it with the leveling system, and I have only a gap of around 2 millimeter in total of the whole formwork. So please leave me alone now until I have removed the heap of soil behind me out of the pit. Due to the problem the truck can't reach the pit, the driver put a big amount of water into the liquid concrete to give me the chance to shovel it by hand to the opposite corners of the slide. Because of the wetness, it takes many hours before getting dry and tight. Every time when we make the surface even, our footprints make holes into the concrete in which the water drains. These holes become small humps when we pull over with our straight edge. It is not the worst idea to protect the walls of the pit with foil, because when it starts raining, it might happen that the rain rinses the soil downwards into your pit, and in my case onto the new concrete bottom plate. Cheeky that the weather do not follow its prediction. After the rain I covered the walls with the black foil, but again I had to remove the soil out of the pit and had to clean the top of the bottom plate. And please do not underestimate rainfall. Within a short time I had around 2 inches of water in my basin. The mixture of the soil and the 2 inch of water on top of my foundation is not really funny, because it takes a long time until it went dry. Nevertheless, the completion of the bottom plate was celebrated adequate. The tolerance of the plate was plus minus 4 mm and fulfilled the requirements. As a certified PADI scuba rescue diver, I also checked the suitability for a diver. Our local basin dealer had checked the condition of the bottom plate before delivering the pool. Hanging on the hook you can see how the fiberglass basin is manufactured and reinforced. All around it is coated with a yellow foam for thermal isolation. The bottom has also a 1-inch styrofoam layer to protect the fiberglass from stones who might dent in. By the way, the manufacturer of the basin is Ampron, and it's called Genova 90, means it's 9 meters long, and it's distributed by Marmor Walls. This kind of basin can only be built up with a concrete bottom plate to receive the 20-year guarantee. a big question was how to realize a thermal isolation, because you lose around 2 degrees C water temperature if you do not isolate the gap between the pit and the basin. I got an offer for a product called Thermotech, made of styrofoam, which costs around $5,000 for the estimated 10 cubic yards I need. But it could be finished within only 1 day. In an internet forum, I read about a thermal light concrete called Thermocell with small styrofoam balls, which reduces the costs down to the half. But this is always too expensive for me. When I bought one bag of the Thermocell, I found a product called IsoSelf for evening old floors, and it's made of pumice and known for its good isolation characteristic. I made a trial with both products to compare their quality. I have mixed the IsoSelf with an amount of cement and make a sample of both. After 1 day, the result was impressive. IsoSelf has a much higher strength and costs only the half of the Thermocell. But also this $1,500 seems too expensive to me. So I invented a 2-layer isolation separated with a 1.5 mm metal sheet coated with zinc to protect it from corrosion. I put this sheet in the hollow space around the pool and fill towards the basin the thermal concrete, and between sheet and soil only cheap lean concrete. An isolation of more than 4 inch makes no sense. After filling up around 2 feet, I pull the sheet of the hollow and slip it around 1 yard and start the procedure again. Here you can see how I have done this and the separated layers. I have mounted some clamps on the sheet for removing it and pulling it out of the hollow. The total costs for the thermal isolation in summary was around $1,000, including the costs for the lean concrete, for the thermal isolation, for cement, for all, instead of the estimated $5,000 for the Thermotech foam. If you have any question regarding this project, for example the amount of material I have used, price, or question why I have done it in this way or not, please do not hesitate to contact me and write an email. You can see a few seconds from here. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel. Thank you for looking our video. If you are wondering what kind of dirt you can see inside the pool, it was the light concrete I loosed from my pushcart while filling it in the gap.